When I was a kid in the 80s, I had no clue what generalized anxiety disorder or panic disorder was, but I had both of them. I thought I was just perhaps crazy and would end up living in a home for the rest of my life if I ever told anybody. So I was mistaken that people today have it so easy because they know the word anxiety and you can just Google anxiety and figure it all out. But that's totally not true. People are still whispering about it. I have anxiety. Or in total denial about it. This isn't anxiety, and then they list all the things that anxiety is. Or it's so dramatic, I suffer from anxiety. There's so many components to having anxiety. I always knew, I need to be talking about this. In the late 90s, I went to a class at Logan Airport in Boston that helped people who had a fear of flying, and it was taught by this psychiatrist, Dr. Al, and he would smoke and drink coffee during the class, and somebody would say, Dr. Al, doesn't smoking and drinking coffee make you anxious? You told us not to do that on planes. He goes, I'm not the one who's afraid. I just made a mental note, be a Dr. Al someday. So during the pandemic, I obviously noticed a lot of people are having anxiety. I used to be the only one having anxiety, it felt like, about nothing. And then something was happening. I was like, I actually feel okay. I think I have something to offer. So even though I'm not a doctor, I'm just a comedian, I do have one thing that I think can help, which is I have now a sense of humor about how I work on my anxiety. So I am hosting a weekly interview podcast called Anxiety Bites on iHeart Radio. It premieres this Wednesday, October 6th, and I will be talking to neuroscientists, psychiatrists, experts, artists, all in the field of all the different types of anxiety, but it's fun and irreverent, and I hate the word irreverent. I should cut that. It's normal conversations. I just want to normalize talking about anxiety because that's the kind of the best on-ramp into dealing with it. It feels so good to do something that isn't just trying to make a joke out of everything, but is handling stuff from a kind of nice and light point of view. It's just the perfect harmony for a comedian. Please subscribe and listen to Anxiety Bites every week, because if this project doesn't take off, I'm gonna have a fucking anxiety attack. Thanks.